Hello fellow model rail enthusiasts, welcome to a video that I am truly excited to have produced. I had planned to produce a video for two pre-ordered locomotives, but by happy coincidence they both arrived within days of each other, so I set about planning a joint video, but then I found I really needed to add two further locomotives from my existing stock to the lineup. In doing so, I'm able to present 4 generations of shunting locomotives of the Southampton dock rail network. The shunting locos had their own depot within the dock network. There are other shunting locomotives as well, but I've picked out these for this video and may do a follow-up video featuring the others if I can. Before we begin, I'd just like to say that I am absolutely convinced that a big part of the enjoyment in model railways is using one's imagination. Therefore, even the simplest of tracks can become almost anywhere or anywhen with just a few prompts and a healthy dose of imagination. So I'm going to ask you, my viewer, to use your imagination now, because while my tracks may not be set into roadways, and my building's not exactly right for a dockland railway, a little imagination will transport you there, and with the aid of correct stock and a little back scene, the effect is really good. By the way, keep an eye out for Albert and Carnoustie. They appear to have become lost. Up first then is the lovely Dapol B4, named Normandy. The model is stunning and even features a flickering firebox. Just look at the cab details. Wouldn't it be good to see the view the driver had? Well, we can, and here is the real Normandy that is preserved on the Bluebell Railway. I took these photos in June 2018. Built from 1891 to a design by Adams, the B4s soon arrived at Southampton docks. They replaced the previous 040s that had been built in 1872. B4s were in service at the docks from 1891 to 1946. They were replaced by USA tank locos. B4s had a tractive effort of 14,650 pounds. Number 96 Normandy was built in November 1893, withdrawn in October 1963 and sold to Corals Limited, where she was renamed Coral Queen, and finally preserved on the Bluebell Railway in East Sussex. There were 77 miles and 1,000 hand-operated points in the docks railway system, and business was ever expanding. The new docks had been opened in August 1842. The London South Western Railway took control in 1892 for a cool £1.36 million. The docks were a prime troop embarkation point in both World War I and II. The B4s did sterling service during the wars. Not only was there a build-up of supplies and troops, but also returning injured servicemen that would have been taken by ambulance train to the nearby Netley Royal Victoria Hospital. In World War II, the port was closed to all traffic bar a few coastal services, as it played a major part in the war effort, including the small ships rescue of the BEF in Dunkirk, with hundreds of them berthed there. As well as some ex-London Brighton and South Coast E1 tank locos, the docks also had an allocation of 6 E2 tank locos. This was from the 1950s, and they served there until 1962. The E2s had been the inspiration for the Thomas the Tank Engine. They were a powerful engine and found to give good service. 2104 then in Southern livery gives an insight in things to come. The B4s were very nearly worn out, and in 1946 the well-known USA S100 tank locos were assigned to the docks. These locos had been sitting in store at Newbury Racecourse and were found to be excellent workhorses in the docks. They were even fitted out with radio equipment, allowing the driver and controller to keep in touch. In all, there were 14 S100s allocated to the dock shed. Now it looks like our lost sailors have managed to catch a train out of the docks, so thanks to Normandy, Albert can get to his wedding on time. Let's hope all goes smoothly. Sailor beware. In 1962, almost 90 years of steam traction started to draw to a close as the Ruston and Hornsby 275 horsepower 060 diesel electric shunters arrived at the docks to replace the USA S100s. Here is the Heljan Class 07. Who would have thought that we would have a ready-to-run B4 and 07? Now here is a really special treat for you. In March 2018, during a snowy day, my friend Blake captured footage of 07007 working at East Leigh for Arlington Fleet Services. The 07s were a great success. Only one problem dogged them, in that they were very vulnerable to hot axle boxes if they travelled at speed, so the anticipated trip freights never really happened. They were, however, very well suited to dock work on sharp curves. They also had excellent all-round vision. The 07s could travel at 20 miles an hour and had a respectable 28,240 pounds of tractive effort. The engine was a Paxman 6-cylinder diesel engine and one axle-hung traction motor. However, in 1977, with a significant shift to freightliner container traffic and a drop-off in boat trains, a large swathe of the docks was closed, along with Southampton Terminus Station. At this point, the 07s became redundant also, and a number were sold to industrial users. 7 of the class have been preserved. I hope you enjoyed this look at some of the dock shunters of Southampton. What better way to finish this video than taking a look at 4 generations of the locomotives.